Unstage, and this is our life. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and I'm going to do a quick update on my chair garden as Gary is chasing guineas in the hills. I think somebody dumped him. I don't know. He went running after guineas. Look at this. Okay, so I've got celery growing on the bottom. Is that cool? And I'm propagating a lot of different geraniums. Isn't that beautiful, that color? But that's a tomato growing, and it's growing up here. Here is a watermelon I got half price. Hasn't really done anything yet, but it's still live. So that's the big thing. It's still live. More geraniums on the bottom. And then in here, I've got some volunteer tomatoes coming up. I've got an eggplant, a little one I put in there. Oh, look at that. Red vein sorrel. My peppers are doing really good. I have picked anything that was too big, but I don't cover it anymore. This is a big tomato. One tomato plant. Look at that. And it's slowly going up the top, and I'm going to kind of drape it around, so we'll see how that goes. This one's doing okay. It's a little spindly. It's off the deck, so I have no idea what type of tomato it is, but I just ate one little red one, and my goodness, it's sweet like sugar. So this is a volunteer, and it's a real keeper, and we'll see how that goes. Now, this is zucchini. Look at this. I've got one down there. I've got another one here. What do I have in the back? Okay, that's the tomato. And I've got my pitcher there. Whoops. I'll drag you around. See how the pitcher is? I just keep throwing things in it. So it's taking care of my plants. Volunteer tomato coming up there. The tomato plant is in its own pot. That's why I can have a tomato and a zucchini together, because the tomato has got its own home and the zucchini's got its own home. Same thing with the pepper there. The pepper's got its own home. Though the roots can go out from the bottom, they'll work together that way because it will stay damp underneath. So that's going to work really good. Now I've got let's see, what's in here? Oh my goodness. Oh, there's zucchini. Had another one back here. Oh, we've been picking too. This is nothing. Garlic chives and one walking onion. This is... Yep, one walking onion back there. And then here is my yellow squash. Again, I've been picking. We've already picked quite a few off of this, walking onions. And again, the walking onions have their own home. The zucchini's got the tote. These are 18-gallon totes, by the way. Then I've got more yellow squash. I'm calling them zucchini. I think they did call them yellow zucchini. Look at all of these coming up. Garlic chives. Isn't that gorgeous? So we have been picking and picking. Now, I only pick when I'm going to use it. Otherwise, it's going to start to go bad. As soon as you remove it off the plant, it's going to start to break down, right? Unless I store it in the fridge. But when you leave it on the plant, a lot of the fruit, it's still live, so it lasts longer. Okay, I've got to get in there. Okay, these are sun golds. Look how big this is. Right now I have lots of flowers and just tiny, tiny little tomatoes starting. But we got a sun gold there, and then in the back, more walking onions. This is massive. I haven't done any pruning on this, but I might just trim the leaves back a little bit just to get in there soon. And then this one, I've got a black cherry in here and a Brad's. The Brad's is the one with the really long leaves. Look at that. Very strange, but the black cherry, 2 tomatoes in here, that's got its own pot. Go back and look at the older video, you'll see. And then the Brad's is directly into the tote. So they're doing really good. Then I've got another squash here. This is Cocoselle. How do you know? Because I remember I planted it. There should be a tag in there, and look at the stripes. Again, propagating geraniums all through here in their own little pots. I can move them later. And look, look, look. Cucumbers, cucumbers. Look, 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 look. Oh my goodness. That one's actually ready to be picked because these are pickling ones, so they don't get that big. I should get that out soon. Got a strawberry back there. I don't think it's got strawberries in it. No, but the plant's filling out. I've got another strawberry back there. I don't know if you can see way back there. I've got another strawberry. What else do I have here? Okay, then I've got another sun gold. Boy, this one's growing different. This one's growing long and big. So the sun gold is here, and then what do I have back here? At least it's tagged. Small cherry, cutting. It says cutting, small cherry from the deck. Oh, I remember this one. So this was a really nice plant that was coming up on the deck, and I really liked the tomatoes on it. So I took a cutting, and now I've got that in there. So if you can see, that one's got its own pot, and this one is growing in here. You do want to keep the weeds out. This is sow thistle, because it's going to pull nutrients. So periodically I go through and I just pull it and drop it. That's all I do. I told you. Did you actually catch a guinea?
Yeah. What are you going to do with that?
I don't know. You know, Crystal had guineas.
I don't know. You know, Crystal had guineas. And I think Robbie had guineas. And I think Tote had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Trellis had guineas. And I think Totes had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Robbie had guineas. And I think Tote had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Trellis had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Tote had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Trellis had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Tote had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Trellis had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Tote had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Trellis had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think Tote had guineas. And I think Guinea had guineas. And I think
But those aren't hers.
No, unless they got out of the cage.
Can you put it in with, do you have any chicken pens? Because if you let them loose at night, they don't go up in the trees all the...
More up the top there.
Somebody dumped them.
4 here, and I can hear more calling up the top.
Somebody dumped them then. I heard it.
They've got their wings clipped, and one of them's missing feathers from the butt. Like something grabbed it, and it took off.
That is criminal. I saw a black truck today while I was working here go up there. I heard him open his door real quick, slam the door, and take off. I would never have known. They must have just dispersed everywhere. Well, do you have a cage, one of the chicken pens you can put it in?
I could put it in with the chickens.
The chickens won't hurt it?
No.
You only caught one?
Well, I've only got 2 hands.
Let me finish this. I'm doing an update on that. Is it a black one? Are they different colors, or they're all normal colored?
Normals. They got a little bit of violet to them, but I think they're the wild color.
Okay, so Gary went chasing, I told you, guineas. He actually caught one. Where could you put it for now? You can't catch any more tonight. A lot of them will be gone. The coyotes will get them tonight.
You know, if I spend a bit of time, I could.
You're going to try to get a couple more?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to hold it. Where can you put it right? You can't put it anywhere now unless you put it in one of the cars. You can put it in the car, but then if you open the door, it might take off. I don't know what he's going to do. Okay, he's going to go look for a dog crate. We don't use the crates, but we have crates. And then what's here? Okay, so then I have this, which I still have to add in some more leaves. This is a zucchini. I didn't think it was doing good, so this is one that came up from seed. So I moved this. It was in one of the totes back there. I think you saw that one on the garden tours. And I stuck it in here, and it's actually doing okay. So for now, I'll leave it, and I'll decide later what I'm going to do. And then this is the watermelon that's not growing here. And this looks like a volunteer tomato. So now we've made a circle, and then on the bottom I've got garlic chives. I am now composting in place, and this is what's really making these plants grow. Can you imagine? You can buy synthetic, fertilizer. I do not buy any synthetic fertilizer. Bought it years ago. Once, oh my gosh, 5, 6, 7 years ago, went into a nursery and they had them all reduced for like $1. And we don't use it. It sits because we make our own. This is Mother Nature style, and it's just collard leaves in there. There's celery. I believe there is a celery in there too, and some geraniums, and then garlic chives, more celery. We went around already. I think you saw the rest of them. Celery, garlic chives with geraniums, celery. That's garlic chives. There's some sow thistle in there. And then sometimes we eat it. There is a geranium in there. So that's kind of a quick update. I think it's doing really good. It's actually the best garden right now here. I'll tell you something on the guineas. I'm not even sure where he went, but years and years ago, I'll sit for 1 second and actually, I'm not going to sit. I'm just going to end this story quick. Years ago, I went into a feed store and they got in guineas, all different colors, and I was so excited. And I told the guy I'm going to pick one of each color. Oh, champagne and silver and white and black and gray. I mean, all different colors. They had blue. It wasn't really blue, but it's kind of a bluish gray. And he said, you're wasting your time. You're going to raise them, and then you're going to let them go, and they're going to take off, and you'll never see them again. Let me tell you something. I raised them in the dining room, and when I brought him outside and they were big enough, I had put him in a chicken pen, opened the door, and those things would follow me from morning till night, all day. They were my good buddies, and I had them for so many years until eventually, one by one, they got old. We didn't keep it. We had a few babies, but we really didn't keep any after that. And then, well, I just don't have them anymore, but that was so many years ago. That was like 30 years ago, and it was here. But they followed me everywhere, and I loved them. I love their calls. Some people don't. And they're so good for the garden, but the problem is they do wander like those. They don't know where to go, and they were screaming. Gary heard them, and he just took off into the hills. He goes, guineas! He could hear them. And if they know their property, like here, they could go in and out, but if they get over these great big fences, they don't know how to get back. They're not that smart. So once they get out, they get out. So anyways, here, I'm still leaving the plastic. I can't believe how long this plastic has lasted, and I've got it snapped on with the irrigation tubing. So I've got my 1/2-inch irrigation tubing with those snaps that I make. Go back and look at the video if you want to do it. And that is that actually has helped the cucumber, because a lot of plants around here are still, look at it. It's been cloudy and rainy, which is good, but we're like 50 degrees at night, and they really wanted a little warmer. But that has kept it artificially warm, and that's why I've got cucumbers growing here really good. And it also, as it comes up the canyon, the breeze, see how you can see right through the canyon, and the breeze comes through. So it's blocking the wind when it's blowing. So it's blocking it even on other parts inside here. So this is just my pride and joy. This is gorgeous. And we get so much food out of here. I can't believe it. It's been perfect. Perfect setup. Literally, for anybody. Look at the small footprint you need. Just from there and there, you need a few chairs put into a horseshoe. And when you water it, if you water it with a hose, this literally will take you 2 minutes to water by hand. 2 minutes. When you layer, you don't have to water it. I haven't watered it for a few days. You do want to keep your squash well watered, and cucumbers. Tomatoes can get a little bit dry, and so can peppers, but not your squash. They need water. But literally 2 minutes, layer, feed them, add in a pitcher, make compost tea, and you should be doing really, really well. And I'm really excited about this. So if you have any questions on this, you know, go ahead and ask me. I had paid that time $5 for these totes. I got these at Walmart, and I've got other totes at thrift stores. You can get them for like $2 at the thrift stores. And these are all 18-gallon. You can get bigger, but if you get too big, then you have to fill it, and you have to, you know, plant the whole thing up. This way, I have separate gardens going, and if something did happen to one, it's not going to happen to everything. Remember, if something happens and your big bed got contaminated, the whole thing could go. But with this, you're dealing with one at a time. And it just has worked out so perfect for me. And so many of you said you've switched over from large beds to this. I mean, look at this. This is just picture perfect. But best of all, this is a grocery store. I come shopping in here. Do I want squash today? What do I want? Need some garlic chives. I'm gonna make a tuna salad like I did today. Grab some walking onions and some garlic chives. And I had meat the other day. I had made tacos. I grabbed a big squash, blended, well, chopped that up and fried it up with some meat. Now I had not 1 pound of meat, but I had 2 pounds of meat, which it wasn't. It was more than half squash. So I hope I've given you some tips and ideas. The irrigation tubing is a godsend. It has been wonderful. The cheapest thing you can do, and it just trellises beautiful. It tomato cages beautiful. When the sun is out, it gives that perfect sunshade, and it's just working like a gem. So with that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. And please grow something, because you want to add some real food into your body if you're eating straight out of the grocery store. Bye-bye. Have a great day. And again, don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.
There's coyote roll bars along the top, and we know they're safe in here. Tried feeding them lay pellets, and they didn't touch the lay pellets. I gave them some food and water last night to make sure that they had something to eat in the morning. And that one there, the top of the head has been hurt, and I'm not sure what that issue was. But the others look okay, but there's just 2 of them that have got minor injuries. But yeah, this one here definitely, I believe, maybe a male. I shouldn't say definitely.
Gee, they don't really mind being picked up that much, because normally they can
And
really...
he's got a different sound. He makes a different sound too. If you look at the wattles, I'm talking about the bits down here, if you compare this one to the others, these are bigger. The head shape's a little different too. He's got more of a bolder head, and the others have smaller heads.
Gary's like a kid in a candy store. He loves guineas, and so do I. So anyways, he's been taking care of them. As you can see, well, we've only had them for a day. And he found an area where the chickens right now don't go, because we don't know anything about them. So we do have to quarantine them as we figure out what we're going to do with them. I didn't want to bore you with all this, but if you want an update on them, go ahead and ask. We'll do a video on it. And the thing is, they may have been grabbed by coyotes because we do have that. Their feathers are designed to let loose, and maybe that's why this one got away. But for sure, they're safe now. And if Gary didn't get him, they would have been coyote food or bobcat.